Gluttony, sloth, pride, envy, lust, greed, and wrath are considered the 7 deadly sins. Sons of Sins brings these sins to life by creating them into monsters. This mod is challenging as all mobs makes you slow and deal so much damage that it's almost instant death when they hit you. However, if you can get a strategy to make it so that you can kill them with ease, then it will reward you handsomely. Today I will show you what you need to know about the Sons of Sins mod. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into the good stuff. So before you can see anything in this mod really, you need to have an Adam's apple. Now this is what the Adam's apple looks like, and to craft it you literally just need to put it into a crafting table or into your own crafting, doesn't really matter. When you eat the Adam's apple, it will give you a very bad omen debuff. With the very bad omen debuff, once it gets to 0, it will spawn a random sin. However, if you decide you didn't want to do that and you decide to drink milk, well, you're a bit out of luck, because it will spawn anyway. So yeah, once you eat the Adam's apple, you have to make sure you are completely prepared before you even think about defeating anything. So give yourself plenty of time before you eat it. So all the deadly sins in this mod will give you the debuff mental illness, and what it does, it actually slows you and messes with your vision slightly, and you'll actually start to hear like a buzzing sound. So yeah, just to make it that little bit harder, you have to deal with that as well as killing the very healthy sins. So let's get on to the first sin. First one is Wistiver. Now if we spawn one in, you can see what they look like, and yeah, they are pretty disgusting, and they also sound pretty disgusting. What he'll do, he'll chase after you and deal massive amount of damage. So this sin is based on gluttony, and every time he does kill you or he kills something, his attack damage and health increases. So every time you kill a Wistiver, it can drop a Wistiver Jaws. Now with Wistiver Jaws, whenever you hit an enemy, it will heal you. So you have to use the Wistiver Jaws as a weapon to basically gain your health back. You can't either have it in your offhand or in your inventory, you have to use it as a weapon if you wish to heal yourself. Apart from that, that's it for the Wistiver, so let's move on to the next mob. So the next sin that we're going on to is the walking bed. And the walking bed looks like this, and as you can see, he is a pretty healthy boy. As you could probably tell, he's going to be very, very powerful. And the walking bed is based on the sin sloth. Now, if you kill a walking bed, he will drop a peaceful bed. And with a peaceful bed, if you use it on an enemy, it will give the laziness debuff to any mobs that you hit with the bed. And basically what it does, it will start to show Z's coming out of them, and it will make them slow. But apart from that, that's pretty much it for the walking bed, so let's move on to the next sin. Next up we have the Prowler, and this is what he looks like. Now the Prowler is actually based on pride. They are very fast, so these guys as well as the Wistiver can climb walls. So yeah, you just have to be pretty prepared when you want to fight one of these guys. So if you manage to kill a Prowler, they'll drop a Prowler's hand. So with the Prowler's hand you can push enemies away with it. However, if you sneak and use the item, it will actually pull the enemies towards you, which can be very useful. So that's it for the Prowler, so let's move on to the next sin. So the next sin is the Iron Hit. Now this is what the Iron Hit looks like. Now the Iron Hit is actually based on the sin Envy. So if you manage to kill an Iron Hit, it can drop an Iron Motor. So if you use an Iron Motor in a smithing table with a blast furnace, you can craft an Iron Oven. Now the Iron Oven looks like that, and to be honest with you, it's one of the most useful things in this mod because it can literally smelt anything instantly. So it can cook pork chops. So if you have a whole stack of them in your hand and you just decide to use it, it will smelt the whole stack instantly. It goes for potatoes or any other type of food, and I decided to get iron ingots out instead of iron ore. And if you use iron ore, it will give you iron ingots. So it's just, like I said, it's one of the most useful items in this mod. But that's it from the Iron Hit, so let's move on to the next sin. Next up we have the Curse. Now the Curse is actually quite a cool looking mob because if I turn it nighttime, it will glow in the dark. Now the Curse will actually start to pull you in if you start to attack it or get close to it. However, it isn't as powerful and it is quite weak, but when it does attack you, it deals damage very quickly. And this is another mob that can actually fly as well. So if you manage to kill a Curse, it can drop a cursed head. If you use the cursed head on an enemy that has some armor on, it will actually, as the mod creator puts it, undress them. So in other words, it will unequip them. And that's mainly because the Curse is actually based on the sin called Lust, and I'll just leave it at that. So let's just move on to the next sin. So next up we have the Bloody Driver. So this pile of goo is the Bloody Driver, and this is based on greed. So when it does attack you, it will actually just stay in its puddle. However, it will start to throw clotted blood balls at you, so you better be ready to dodge them. If you manage to kill the Bloody Driver, it can drop a Bloody Puddle. Now with the Bloody Puddle, it will actually push enemies into the ground and suffocate them pretty much. So it pretty much does what the Blood Driver looks like and just pushes themselves into the ground. And yeah, so that's it from the Bloody Driver, so let's move on to the final sin. Last but not least, we have the Bloody Butcher. So this is what the Bloody Butcher looks like, and he is based on the sin Wrath. Now, if you manage to kill the Bloody Butcher, it can drop a Butcher's Carcass. Now this is quite useful because this will give you resistance and strength when you get down to quarter of your health, so it's very handy to keep on you. Apart from that, that's it from the Bloody Butcher. So let's move on to the other things that I haven't gone through in this mod. So last but not least, we have the items and weapons. When you kill any of the mobs or enemies in Sons of Sins, they will drop some bloody bones, as well as their unique weapon or item. So with the bloody bone, you can actually craft yourself a bloody bone pickaxe, axe, sword, shovel, and a hoe. And they are literally crafted like any other tool would be, except from the material you need to use is bloody bones, and just sticks. And that's pretty much it of what the items and weapons are in this mod. That's it from me today, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you would like to see me attempt this mod for the first time, please click the video on the screen now. If you have any suggestions for me to review mods, please leave them in the comments down below, or join my Discord server and suggest one to me there, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!